Give me the torch, boy. Stop and stand aloof. Yet put it out, for I will not be seen. Underneath the trees lay yourself along, holding the ear close to the hollow ground, so shall no foot upon the churchyard tread. But if you shall hear it, whistle then to me, as a signal that you hear something approach. Give me those flowers, do as I tell you, go.
I am almost afraid to stand alone here in the churchyard. Yet I will adventure.
Sweet flower with flowers, the bridal bed strew. O you, canopy is dust and stones, which with sweet water nightly I will do. Or, wanting that, with tears distilled by moans, the rituals that for you I will keep. Nightly shall be to strew the grave and weep. The boy gives warning something does approach. What cursed foot wanders this way tonight, to cross my rituals and true love's right? What, with a torch, muffle me night, awhile.
Give me that pickaxe and crowbar. Here, take this letter. Early in the morning, see you deliver it to my Lord and Father. Give me the light. Upon the light, I charge you. Whatever you hear or see, stand all aloof and do not interrupt me in my course. Why I descend into this bed of death is partly to behold my lady's face, but chiefly to take thence from her dead finger a precious ring, a ring that I must use in dear employment. Therefore stop, be gone. But if you, jealous, do return to pry in what I farther shall intend to do, by heaven I will tear you joint by joint, and strew this hungry churchyard with your limbs. The time and my intents are savage wild, fiercer and more inexorable far than empty tigers or the roaring sea.
I will be gone, sir, and not trouble you.
So you shall show me friendship. Take this. Live and be prosperous. And farewell, good fellow. You detestable law, you womb of death, gorged with the dearest morsel of the earth, thus I enforce your rotten jaws to open, and in despite I'll cram you with more food.
This is that banished haughty Montague that murdered my love's cousin, with which grief it is supposed their fair creature died. And here is come to do some villainous shame to the dead bodies. I will apprehend them. Stop the unhallowed toil, vile Montague. Can vengeance be pursued further than death? Condemned villain, I do apprehend you. Obey and go with me, for you must die.
I must indeed, and therefore I came here. Good gentle youth, tempt not a desperate man. Fly hence and leave me. Think upon these gone. Let them affright you, I beseech you, youth. Put not another sin upon my head. Be gone. By heaven, I love you better than myself, for I come here armed against myself. Stay not, be gone, live, and hereafter say, a madman's mercy told you to run away.
I do defy the warnings, and apprehend you for a felon here.
Will you provoke me? Then have at me, boy.
Oh Lord, they fight! I will go call the watch.
Oh, I am slain. If you are merciful, open the tomb. Lay me with Juliet.
All right, I will. Let me peruse this face. Mercutio's kinsman, noble county Paris. What said my man when my betossed soul did not attend him as we rode? I think he told me Paris should have married Juliet. Isn't that what he said, or am I dreaming? Or am I mad, hearing him talk of Juliet? To think it was so, give me your hand. One writ with me in sour misfortune's book. I'll bury you in a triumphant grave. A grave! Oh no, a lantern, slaughtered youth. For here lies Juliet, and her beauty makes this vault a feasting presence full of light. Death, you lie there by a dead man interred. How often when men are at the point of death have they been merry, which their keepers call a lightning before death. Oh, how may I call this a lightning? Oh, my love, my wife, death that has had no power upon the beauty. You are not conquered. Beauty's ensign yet is crimson in the lips and in the cheek, and death's pale flag is not advanced. There, Tybalt, lay you there in the bloody sheet. Oh, what more favor can I do you than with that hand that cut the youth in twain, to sunder that was the enemy? Forgive me, cousin. Ah, dear Juliet, why are you yet so fair? Shall I believe that unsubstantial death is amorous, and that the lean, abhorred monster keeps you here in the dark to be his paramour? For fear of that, I still will stay with you, and never from this palace of dim night depart again. Here, I will remain with worms that are the chambermaids. Oh, here will I set up my everlasting rest, and shake the yoke of inauspicious stars from this world-wearied flesh. Eyes, look your last. Arms, take your last embrace. And lips, oh, the doors of breath, seal with the righteous kiss. Come, bitter conduct, come, unsavory guide, you desperate pilot, now at once run on. The dashing rocks you see, sick, weary bark. Here's to my love. Oh, true, apothecary, the drugs are quick, thus with a kiss I die.
Alack, what blood is this which stains the stony edges of the sepulchre? What mean these masterless and gory swords to lie discolored by the place of peace? Romeo, O pale, who else? What, Paris too? And stepped in blood? Ah, what an unkind hour. And is guilty of this lamentable chance. The lady stirs.
O comfortable friar, where is my lord? I do remember well where I should be, and there I am. Where is my Romeo?
I hear some noise, lady, come from the nest, of death, contagion, and unnatural sleep. A greater power than we can contradict has thwarted our intents. Come away. Husband in the bosom, there lies dead. And Paris too. Come, I'll dispose of thee. Among a sisterhood of holy nuns. Stay not to question, for the watch is coming. Oh, good Juliet. Yet I dare no longer stay.
Go, get out of here, I'm not going anywhere. What's here, a cup? Closed in my true love's hands? Poison, I see, has been this his timeless end. O churl drunk all, and left no friendly drop. To help me after, I will kiss thy lips. Haply some poison yet does hang on them, to make me die with a restorative.
Lead, boy, which way?
Yeah, noise, and I'll be brief, O happy dagger. This is thy sheep. There rust, and let me die.
This is the place there where the torch doth lie.
The ground is bloody. Search about the churchyard. Go, some of you, whoever you find attach. Pitful sight, here lies the county slain, and Juliet bleeding, warm and newly dead. Who here hath lain this 2 days buried? Go tell the prince, run to the Capulets, raise up the Montagues. We see the ground whereon those wolves do lie. But the true ground of all these piteous woes we cannot without circumstance descry.
Here's Romeo's man, we found him in the churchyard.
Hold him in safety till the prince come here.
Here is a friar that trembles, sighs, and weeps. We took his mattock and his spade from him as he was coming from this churchyard's side.
A great suspicion stay the friar too.
What misadventure is so early up that calls our person from our morning rest? What should it be that is so pricked abroad?
Oh, the people in the street cry Romeo, some Juliet, and all run without outcry toward our monument.
What fear is this which startles in your ears?
Sovereign, here lies the county. Paris slain and Romeo dead, and Juliet dead before warm and new killed.
Search, seek, and know how this foul murder comes.
Here is a friar, slaughter Romeo's men, with instruments upon them fit to open.
Oh heavens! Oh wife, look how our daughter bleeds. This dagger hast mistaken, for lo, his house is empty on the back of Montague, and it misheathed in my daughter's bosom.
Oh me, this sight of death is as a bell that warns my old age to a sepulture.
Come, Montague, for thou art early up to see thy son and hair now early down.
At last, my liege, my wife is dead tonight. Grief from my son's exile has stopped her breath. What further woe conspires against mine age?
Look and you shall see.
Untaught, what manners is in this, to press before my father to a grave?
Seal up the mouth of outrage for a while till we can clear these ambiguities, and know their spring, their head, their true descent, and then will I be general of your woes, and lead you even to death, meantime forbid. And let mischance be slave to patience, bring forth the parties of suspicion.
I'm the greatest, yet most suspected, as the time and place doth make against me of this direful murder. And here I stand, both to impeach and purge myself, condemned, and myself excused.
Then say at once what you dost know in this.
I'll be brief, for my short date of breath. It is not so long as it is a tedious tale. Romeo, there dead, was husband to that Juliet, and she, there dead, that Romeo's faithful wife. I married them, and their stolen marriage day was Tybalt's doomsday, whose untimely death banished the new-made bridegroom from this city, for whom, and not for Tybalt, Juliet pined. You, to remove that siege of grief from her, betrothed and would have married her perforce. To county Paris, then comes she to me, and with wild looks bid me devise some mean to rid her from this second marriage. Or in my cell there she would kill herself. Then gave I her, so tutored by my art, a sleeping potion, which so took effect as I intended, for it wrought on her the form of death. Meantime I went to Romeo, that he should hither come as this dire night, to help take her from her borrowed grave. Being the time the potion's force should cease, but he which bore my letter, Friar John, was stayed by accident, and yesternight returned my letter back. Then, all alone, at the prefixed hour of her wakening, came I to take her from her kindred's vault, meaning to keep her close to my cell, till I could conveniently send her to Romeo. But when I came, some time ere the minute of the time of her awakening, here untimely lay the noble Paris and true Romeo dead. She wakes, and I entreated her, come forth and bear this work of heaven with patience. But then a noise did scare me from the tomb, and she, too desperate, would not go with me. But as it seems, did violence on herself. All this I know into the marriage. Her nurse is privy, and if aught in this miscarried by my fault, let my old life be sacrificed some hour before his time, unto the rigor of Severus' law.
We still have known thee for a holy man. Where's Romeo's man? What can he say to this?
I brought my master's news of Juliet's death, and then in the post he came from Mantua. To this same place, to this same monument, this letter he early bid me give his father, and threatened me with death, going in the vault, if I departed not and left him there.
Give me the letter, and I will look on it. Where is the county's page that raised the watch? Sire, what made your master in this place?
He came with flowers to strew on his lady's grave, and bid me stand aloof, and so I did. Anon comes one with light to open the tomb, and by my master drew on him, and then I ran away to call the watch.
This letter doth make good the friar's words, their course of love, the tidings of her death, and here he writes that he did buy a poison of a poor apothecary, and their withdrawal came to this vault to die and lie with Juliet. Where be these enemies? Capulet, Montague, see what a scourge is laid upon your hate, that heaven finds means to kill your joys with love, and I for winking at your discords too have lost a brace of kingsmen. All are punished.
Oh, brother Montague, give me thy hand. This is my daughter's jointure, for no more can I demand.
But I can give thee more, for I will raise her statue in pure gold. Whilst Verona by that name is known, there shall no figure at such rate be set as that of true and faithful Juliet.
As rich shall Romeo's by his ladies die, poor sacrifices of our amity. A glooming peace this morning with it brings. The sun for sorrow will not show his head. Go hence to have more talk of these sad things. Some shall be pardoned and some punished, for never was a story of more woe than this of Juliet and her Romeo.